po marami na po talagang background when it comes on performing arts. So, based on your observation po, since matagal na po kayo sa industry na to, so, how has Filipino theater evolved over the past few years? And if may evolution po ba, ma-apply po ba siya dito sa Pinocchio?
Actually, yes, there's a big difference. Like, for example, Repertoire Philippines, I've been there for, let's say, 15 straight years or 20. Before, because maybe the communication is not as the same as fast as today, our community, tight talaga may family. Especially when we were at William J. Shaw, because the theater there, the third floor, andun yung theater, nasa taas yung rehearsal, and then nasa mezzanine lang yung costume. Talagang yun yung maganda doon. So, sa akin, yung family, doon na nga pinala ko din yung mga anak ko. So, what I'm saying is, nandun na yung, hindi kami umakalis, yung loyalty namin sa company before, it's, nasisigawan kami, nagbobolsa kami. But yung, mas sa akin, ang mga theater before, mas lakas ang sigmura. We're not allowed to say anything. For me, mas nag-take namin kung ano yung sinabi sa amin. Ngayon, I'm very, very careful kung ano sasabihin ko. Kasi, pero hindi ko ginawa. Though I came from the old school, pero hindi ko na rin in-apply yung sigawan at tanong, hindi ko na lang talaga na-challenge talaga ako. But so far, I don't want that. Kasi nagtatapos naman namin yung work namin without screaming. And also the discipline. For me, mas nadidisiplina kaming mga gurang, yung mga matatanda. Kaysa ngayon, ang dami nilang konting meron, you know what, I really need to say it, yung mga sinasabi nila na may pinagdadaanan. Wala kami pinagdadaanan noon. Kami talaga, hindi mo alam na masama pala loob niya, masama. Yun ang difference ng mga theater people. And hindi ko alam, kaya ako the only thing na naintindihan ko sila because I have Gen Z and millennial kids. Kaya medyo na-train na rin ako. But to be honest, yes, I miss the old days also. Performing, iba rin. Kasi kami, makikita sa corner, nagpa-practice talaga. Tsaka walang camera before. Talagang we were all using our minds. And we supposed to be there on the spot. Like I said to them, once the rehearsal choreography, I don't want someone to tell me on the next day because I want to witness it on the day itself of the first day of choreography. Kasi ayoko tinuturo. Ay, meron yan, sinasabi, oh, video na lang yan. Pa-video na lang, we will study. Actually, for me, it's a DS. It will never happen. Iba talaga ang talagang ginawa mo. Yun yung difference ngayon. Sa akin, experience ko.
Siguro being more than 2 decades performing arts. Of course, before, 20 years ago, we had terror directors. And now, mas mabait na yung mga directors kasi they don't want to be canceled, they don't want to be Reddit, nandun sila sa Reddit. Yung mga anonymous na mga reklamo doon. But siguro masasabi ko lang, yung difference now with the kids, mas malaki actually ang expectation sa mga bata ngayon na performers. Kasi within reach and within na lang yung lahat ng mga bagay sa kanila. You have YouTube, you have everything, workshops everywhere. And during our time, masyadong hindi ganun ka-accessible yung mga workshops. But now, it's everywhere. Even sa online, they have workshops. So, kumbaga, maraming na-develop na magagaling ng mga bata ngayon actually, mga triple threat ang tawag sa kanila. They know how to dance, they know how to sing, they know how to act. Unlike before na pag straight play actor ka, you're a straight play actor through and through. Pag musical theater ka din. So now, maraming magagaling ng mga bata talaga. But the challenge actually is pagdating na sa stage, kasi performing on stage is not really easy. You are bearing your whole self. So, iba yung pag-perform sa harap lang ng cellphone na walang audience. iba din yung pagpa-perform on stage na maraming audience.
Yeah, I would also, sa performance, like, especially the musical theater, we don't stop until we find the ease of our body. Kasi ngayon, lalo na pag may mga ganyan dancing, sing and dance, like even sa Cat and Fox, I always telling them, stamina. Kaya kayo hinihingal kasi hindi nyo pinapractice sa muscle memory. Yun yung minsan na napapansin ko na, okay, magpa-practice lang pagka rehearsal, you know. But that time kami, hindi kami titigil na hindi namin na-feel yung, okay, relax na kami. And sing and dance yun before. And yun ang maganda din sa old school. Siguro, I take it an advantage with that. Though bad memories, but may advantages pa rin.
Ayun dahil sa maraming magagaling ngayon ng mga bata, mas stiff ang competition ngayon. Unlike dati, parang, you know, may mapuproduce ka na magaling, tapos ayun, tapos parang hindi siya ganun ka-stiff talaga ang competition. Ngayon talaga kahit sa Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, because very accessible yung mga workshop, even sa online, marami talagang magagaling ngayon. So I'm very stiff yung competition. So you have to be your best pag nakast kayo sa isang show or sa isang company. So ganun yung mga challenges ngayon ng mga bata actually.
Thank you so much. And last po for my question. I think one can answer naman this one po. What is your biggest hope for the future of theater in the Philippines? Biggest hope po for the future po ng theater here in the Philippines?
Actually, kaka-start ko lang din ko sa theater, so medyo bago pa po ako sa community na to. Pero I wanted to start theater when I was 3 years old, pero wala po akong mahanap na kasi nga hindi pa siya ganun ka booming theater sa Philippines. And now I'm very happy and excited sa future ng theater here in the Philippines kasi ngayon medyo nabubuhay na siya sa Philippines. So, sana marami pa pong makadiscover sa kanya yung Philippines and sana mas marami pa pong ma-entertain ang theater.
Just to add to that din po. This is actually my first theater production. And at the same time, graduate po ako ng theater degree. And the biggest hope ko talaga sa theater community sa Pilipinas is sana mas accessible. And which is actually happening. Like there's a theater at the mall, which is great. And accessible also in the sense na mas lumami yung mga local theater companies. It's one of the reasons why I'm so grateful to be a part of Ephesus and being here na sa mga local theater community here. So yeah, that's one of the things that I'm really hopeful for. That's more accessible theater companies, more accessible theater shows dito sa Pilipinas. Hindi lang sa NCR, hopefully hindi lang sa NCR, pero sana sa mga iba't ibang sulok ng bansa. You know?
And well, my hope for theater in the future is that dapat supportahan tayo ng gobyerno. Kasi sa Europe, sa US, merong big part ng budget actually ng government nila ay napupunta sa arts. So my hope for theater in the Philippines ay dapat big part ng budget ng gobyerno natin ay mapunta sa arts. At saka maging tayo, we can, a big thriving community na parang Broadway. Kung may Broadway sa New York, may West End sa London, dapat meron din dito sa Philippines that, tourists will come just to watch shows here in the Philippines. Because we are a world-class talent.
Isa lang yung sa akin na prayer ko lang sana because I'm very supportive to the artists. Actually, if you notice, they are not tagged as a big star na kagad. They came from the scratch. Hindi man scratch, but I mean, they came from, na-discover ko lang through audition. Ang gusto ko lang sana supportahan ninyo yung talagang talent. Kasi ang dami talagang starving artists po sa atin na hindi nabibigyan. And then, ang marami bumibili ng ticket dahil may pangalan nito, anak to ni ganito, anak to ni gano'n. I'm sorry po, I'm very vocal with this. Dahil naiiyak ako, dahil yung nga lang kami nagbibenta kami ng 500 or 1,000 dahil wala kaming big star or something. Hindi kami makabenta. And dapat ma-break yan. Hindi naman, so yung iba dapat ma-break yan sa ano, to support, if you really want to support theater, kaya si Hoda pang taga dyan lang yan sa theater mo lang yan, kailangan supportahan po natin. Dahil sayang eh, sayang. Talent talagang pinag-usapan.
Might I add something? I am also a graduate of theater arts. One thing that I hope for in the theater scene right now is for it to be more integrated in schools and in other communities. Because thankful kasi nasa NCR, so very accessible ang theater dito. Pero sa mga provinces, people who don't have television or do not have internet, wala silang alam na theater arts exists. And they're completely missing out on the lessons na pwedeng matutunan nila sa mga shows, sa mga plays na if you think about it, it's more, mas masarap siyang panoorin mas masarap panoorin yung kapag nakikita mo yung performer on stage na nagpa-perform rather than the videos. So yun lang yung hopeful ako na sana soon ma-integration ng government, malagay din siya sa mga different provinces, ma-integrate siya sa mga schools kasi admittedly, growing up, hindi siya looked down upon ang theater and music. Hindi po siya masyadong pinapahalagahan kasi may stereotype na Filipino basketball, Filipino sports, dapat paglaki mo engineer ka, ganyan. Look down upon yung arts and it's something that hopeful na this episodes and the other companies would somehow shed a light on and sana mapansin yung government the other people. Thank you.
Last na lang po, pahabol na lang po talaga. For Miss Sweets, speaking of yung mga young talents nga po, young generation. So, what message would you like to give po sa mga young Filipinos natin who dream of becoming a theater artist? Or mga tips po ba na pwede nyo ibigay sa kanila or any message for them?
I think yun sa akin, number one is yung working ethics nila. So once you commit something like, wow, dito ka sa ano, and then pag may biglang malaki yung offer there, ako naiiyak yung puso ko nagdating sa ganyan. Sa akin, daming experience yun. May biglang offer there, biglang, maging, stick lang ko ano yung, huwag mong iiwan yung sinimulan mo. Dahil huwag kang mukhang si pera pagdating sa ganun. Kasi alam ko kailangan natin yun. Don't get me wrong ha. Pero you know what, I was like that na, hindi ako ganun na, I was like that na, nandun lang ako, sayang, ganda ng offer doon. Pero, kasi sa atin, when it rains, it pours eh. Kaya, sayang, bakit yung date na yun, dahil nagsabay-sabay lahat yung rocket. Napaka-typical yun sa artist na nangyayari sa amin, hindi namin nakuha. And you know what, ito lang masasabi ko, mabibless kayo ng Diyos pagdating ng oras yung humble pa rin yung attitude nyo. Kasi it's smooth circle lang tayo. Pagka nagano, magasarap kasama yan, mayabang yan, huwag mong kukunin yan. Keep that being humble and huwag masyadong pera doon, mabibless kayo. I promise you, mabibless kayo in other way. Dahil like yung iba na sa amin, nakita ko nandun lang sa Mesay, proud ako na nag-Ephesus sila before, so once on this island. So, yun ang number one. And number two, yung wag yung magmumukha. At yes, dapat ma-devote lagi yung attention ninyo sa isang company na okay, tatapusin ko to, hindi absent or something. Maging tawag to, but being professional din yung commitment punctuality, also being professional din yan eh. So, yun yung maraming dapat nangingigaan. Isipin dapat ng mga new generation. Even, ang anak ko rin sinasabihan ko na, don't do that. Kasi, pangit ang magiging appearance mo in the future. Lagi yan na-appear eh. So yung ginawa mo ngayon, mangyayari at mangyayari pa rin yan sa future.
Thank you so much po.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, we have one here from Hans. Okay, and then after we have here from Jordy and from Cara Let's also. Mamana, more questions? Okay, here later. O sige, Hans.
Yes, hi everyone. Good afternoon. First of all, just I'd like to congratulate the podcast as very on right now. I'd like to direct this question to Dustin Suarez. So I read your profile and I think it was mentioned there that we were part of Katimpala. So I'd like to ask you, how is this role different from the roles that you've done in the past? And my follow-up question is, what's your greatest takeaway while working with an entirely younger demographic based on the cast that we have right now? Thank you.
Thank you for that question. I really like that question actually. From Kantipara, what I learned from them, so basically, in Kantipara, we were taught all the things that needs to be requirement for to be a professional theater actor. So, medyo napasama ko dun sa old school style, strict sila, tapos may mga narinig sa side. So that was my training. Next, now with Ephesus and working with younger kids, actually I'm getting that young vibe again because my last performance was back in 2018 for with Joel Labacan and Tito Douglas. It's Binondo, the musical. So I was more energetic then, I was more thinner then, so mas agile ako. Then, seeing the younger performers, the younger artists, sabi ko, I think this is what I needed. Dahil kinakalawang na, and nakukuha ko talaga yung energy nila. So, kaya hindi ko silang pantayan. Ayun, kailangan ko silang pantayan. So, ayun yung takeaway ko rito. Also, my greatest takeaway, one of my greatest takeaway is yung pag tinututukan ako ni Teacher Sweet. Kasi I've learned and rediscovered how to sing and my voice dahil sa mga pointers niya sa akin. Yun po. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Jordy?
Hi, good afternoon everyone. I enjoyed this season from Follow Spot Reviews and also from Philippine Leaf Awards. And I just want to ask, kasi for me, if I hear about Pinocchio, ang unang pumapasok sa akin is Boy. So, what made you decide to mount a production na ang lead actor is a girl for Pinocchio?
First, wala akong lalaki. No, actually, hindi naman. It's just chances thing. Meron naman din ako isang lalaki, si Jetro. We have another Pinocchio, but he's just a more of a understudy. And I think, for us as a director, ayoko naman sabihin na mas mabilis lang siya i-mold as a new actor. And then the voice also ng Pinocchio is the same pa. So voice soprano ko yan. Kasi ang voice soprano kasi parang boses babae talaga. And they have the same tesitura naman for the voice range. And then, ikita mo yung dalawa, dapat ito voice din eh. But the tandem with Gino, because I don't have that much, wala masyadong repetition. So, na-repeat naman na they're doing the boy role.
My second question, I've seen you perform during the Ephesus 3 Ball. So more on Filipino cultural show. So are you going to show us a touch of Ephesus 3 Ball in this performance?
Wala. Actually, ang wala lang dito si O'Neal. Because O'Neal did it also twice or three times na rin sa repertory. So far, wala. I think I'm strict to the script and what is needed. And I think it's not necessary to put up my cultural thing, our cultural tribute thing.
Thank you po.
Yung boses lang ang okay, kasama namin. Ito yung
Yeah, for Mr. Su, right on the front. Thank you.
I am Sol Jesus from Excellence in Naco. And as someone who's been part of the press for a while now, I carry your hope na sana yung government would support us, sana from from confidential to cultural funds. But anyway, since the material isn't that familiar for the general audience, I believe, there may be some the target audience may not be familiar of its Italian roots or even the characters. Even the Disney Pinocchio isn't that popular right now. So what I'm thinking of is to introduce yourselves, maybe give a line of your character, especially those that are not in the popular zeitgeist. Give a line in character, maybe introduce yourself quickly, and then give that line or to get song or a spoken line or say hi in character. Parang you could probably pass the mic for that.
Isa-isa ba yun?
Quickly. Yeah. Or you could be selected, it's up to you.
Sige, simulan ko na. Kasi I am playing Antonio. And Antonio is the storyteller of the whole play. I was just doing Geppetto's role a while ago and the song parts. Kasi may mga, ang tawag ito, unforeseen circumstances na nangyari. But yes, so I am the one who has the most words. Ang hirap memorize sa musical. But part one of my introduction will be buongiorno, signore, signori, mi scusatemi se solo mi presento. I'm very sorry. I am speaking Italian because our story for today happens in Italy. And in Italian we say buongiorno, which means good day. Can you all say buongiorno? Come on, buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
I can hear you. Come on, you can do better than that. Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
See? Ayun, ayun ako.
Yan. Ako naman ang katsikahan niya. My role is Angelina. Buongiorno, signore Antonio. Good day to you. Ako naman ang helper ni Geppetto. Wala lang po si Geppetto today. He's sick. Red is sick. So wala akong ipagluluto ng fish. Lagi ko siya pinululuto ng isda. Yeah, I just come from the market to buy fish for Maestro Geppetto's lunch. Yeah, so ako ang kanyang tutulong na magpalaki kay Pinocchio.
Dear Geppetto, you are a truly kind man and deserve to have your dreams come true. Awaken, little puppet. Awaken.
Come along, boys. There's room for 3 more in the coach. Come with me to the land of the toys. So I'm the coachman, the shady coachman.
What about Pinocchio? Pinocchio, what's your line?
I'm a real boy.
What's your favorite line?
You wanna stand up? Come on.
I'm still with a good father. Set fire to me and save yourself. And I'm Pinocchio.
Yay.
My role is Candlewick, and we have a note for all the little kids. My name is Gino. My role is Gino. And 3, 2, 1. We don't want to go to school!
So,
Thank you.
I will now fix the cast so that you all fit into a square. Okay.